Hello my friends, welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and in today's video, sponsored by the makers of Rise of Kingdoms, we're going to check out the new Song of Troy KvK, which features 2 new commanders, a bunch of new mechanics, and a new cinematic. So let's start with the cinematic. We'll get a breakdown of the rules, and let's go get a look.
Godly vanity and a golden apple.
The golden apple?
Bitter war betwixt Greece and Ilios.
This part's familiar to me. Move the pointer out of the way here.
Achilles, greatest of Greece's heroes, lands his fleet upon Ilian shores.
Let's go.
For a fateful duel.
All right, Achilles
Hector.
rolling up. Hector on the wall. Bro, Achilles has the longest neck I have ever seen. He's got an Achilles neck. That's the weak spot right there. Oh my god. I think he's got all those shields. Cover up that neck. Oh my god. Yo, that's how he gets all his speed, actually. I love charge moves, actually, on warriors in general. I just think it's so badass. And the cinematic's really cool. On the topic of charges, from the walls, baby. We come down from the walls. I also like the use of spears here. There's a lot of, I mean, look, I'm no master or expert on this. But spears were a common weapon in the time. The old Trojan horse. Classic. Yeah, nothing could possibly be weird about this. Let's just let's just bring it in. What could go wrong? Oh my god. All right. Well, let's check out the mechanics. All right. So let's dive in here. We check out the book. Here is a little bit of the lore going on in case you are not familiar with this. I mean, there's got to be so much cinema and so many books and whatever. Pantheon. You can choose a Greek deity as your patron. Your chosen patron will provide you with unique buffs and special skills. Patron skills require sufficient faith to cast. All right, we're getting religious in this KvK. As the chronicles progress, you'll have a chance to change your patron. Okay. I wonder if this is going to be kind of like Civilizations, right? Like there's perks, and depending on what stage of the KvK you're in, your perks that you care about may vary. We'll see how many there are. But, you know, of the time, I think it is actually very appropriate to worship a deity. All right? Now, Trojan horses. This is a big one. After your camp occupies its Crusader fortress, a Trojan horse will automatically be built. Oh, wow, it's automatic. Deception included. It can be allocated to any alliance in your camp. The Trojan horse can move to any accessible location. Oh, thank goodness. It's an accessible location in the Lost Kingdom and turned into a horse fort. The horse fort's territory will be counted as valid alliance territory. Each camp can have 5 Trojan horses / horse forts. Bro, fort drops are going to go so hard in this KvK. It is going to be absolutely out of control. Then there's the Olympian Arena. As the chronicles progress, the Olympian Arena will be open periodically during the duel period. You can choose a side to fight for and dispatch troops to the arena. Your dispatch troops will be controlled by the computer. By the computer, baby. And will automatically fight other troops in one-on-one battles. But there's also Achilles and Hector artifacts. At certain points in the chronicles, you will receive an artifact, an exclusive accessory for Achilles and Hector. If either of these commanders is equipped with the artifact and is serving as the secondary commander, the effects of their skills will apply to all unit types. As the chronicles progress, you will unlock 2 artifacts, so you can do both of them. You know, depending on your depth of collection, this can be a really big deal. I use my Ragnar as an infantry commander. Even though I just did King of all Britain, I'm still using him as infantry as the primary because I think that's the best way to use them. But these artifacts can be really powerful. The thing that's most significant about Achilles and Hector here is that if this KvK opens in 12 days and 20 hours, which is what I see up top over here, then that would mean that those commanders need to drop very soon, right? Unless they're going to run the KvK without them, and I doubt that's the case. So expect commander information to be forthwith. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You're on the OG Rise of Kingdoms YouTube channel, providing you value and helping you smash your enemies for the last 7 years, and I appreciate your ongoing support. Now, there's a bunch of things here that we're used to. Bastions, favor, permits, Lost Kingdom immigration, okay, special content, crystal mines, all the same, crystals. Yeah, all this is about the same. Autarch testimonies, all this is the same. Reward system is the same. Camp system, let's get a look at the map. Now, the interesting thing about this map is they're probably reflecting, you know, maybe a historic geographies when they've got the land masses set up the way they do here. It gets a little weird with camps that are shaped different ways and zones that are shaped different ways, depending on whether or not you're going to invade the zone. A long zone, as you see on the left here, can potentially be easier to defend than a fat zone, like this one on the right over here, because you can theoretically make a wall of forts, or a wall of horse forts, potentially, right? But this map generally is pretty straightforward, and, you know, if we had to guess, there's like a Zone 5 fight that can take place. Okay. Then you enter into a safe Zone 6. Presumably there are passes that will open up to make fighting happen between the Zone 6s, right? And, you know, that'll happen 3 days before Kingsland, and Kingsland is the square in the middle. That would be my guess. For what we're looking at here. All right. So I would say all in all, this KvK looks pretty hype. How do you prepare for this KvK? I would say at this moment in time, the game plan is to save as many universal legendary commander sculptures as we possibly can, so that if you want to work on these two commanders, you can. We don't know how we're getting them. They could be, and they are likely to be, off cycle, thus not in the Wheel of Fortune and not in the Mightiest Governor. If that is true, and I believe they did mention this, we would expect a Will to Skill event. The Will to Skill event gives you a bunch, and I mean a bunch, of extra rewards for applying your legendary commander sculptures to these commanders during the duration of the event. So you just want to be ready for that. So if you're low on sculptures, consider waiting for that. What do I expect them to be? Well, gosh, I didn't see any. Well, we did see. I mean, you could make an argument for Hector being a archer commander or an infantry commander based on the trailer, if we're going off the trailer. Achilles could be infantry, could be leadership. We didn't see any horses, so I don't know about cavalry making sense. And we know new cavalry should be next, so we would expect that soon. I even wouldn't hate, as weird as this sounds, I don't know what direction we're going with leadership. Says Chisgule every day for the last 7 years of his life. But if leadership will continue to be open field relevant, which they did with Philip, and a lot of people get a lot of value using him as a secondary, but if they continue to release open field leadership commanders, both of these commanders could be leadership, because we're in the leadership cycle right now. It's leadership and siege. I don't think either of them will be siege. I don't think either of them will be cav. But I don't know. What talent trees are they going to have? Who knows? I mean, with Ragnar, we know that we got skill in the middle of all the smite meta going on. So are we going back to skill? Is skill damage dead? I think skill damage is actually kind of dying for infantry. I think that's a short-term thing and very short-term relevance. That's my suspicion. And if that proves to be true, then infantry will be smite. Archer would be skill damage, right? Skill talent tree. Leadership could be whatever it's going to be. It could be support, could be skill. I would guess skill could be defense. Hard to say. You could easily make a case, since Hector's defending, that he could be garrison related. I mean, it's possible. Typically, they would give versatility here. But, you know, it could be, hey, call me crazy. They make Achilles a conquering commander. But that would make him typically, that means you're a rally commander, right? You have a rally skill. And they could make Hector a garrison commander, but that means you got a garrison skill. And everybody wants these guys to both be pure open fielders, in which case no garrison tree and no conquering tree. So what's going to be? Leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Big thank you again to the makers of Rise of Kingdoms for sponsoring this video. I'm definitely eager to check out this KvK. And in general, for those of you that are subscribed to my channel, you know I got a lot going on right now. Recently got a cancer diagnosis, had a major surgery. The surgery sucks way more than I was prepared for. And so if anything comes out, sending it to me when you see it is huge. Super helpful to me. So I appreciate those of you that do send me stuff when you see it. You shoot me a message on Discord or in my Discord server. It really does mean a lot to me. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. If you want to see, I don't know, the KvK I'm in right now and the Kingsland fight I just had, I'll have a card in the end screen. Otherwise, I'm just going to let YouTube make a recommendation for you. Card will be over here. Go check it out. Until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies. Take care, everybody.